Hi guys, exciting news. A new DLC of DC Online, DC Universe Online was launched. Legion of Superheroes, or Rise of the Legion as it's called. So let's get right to it. This time we go to the 31st century, so quite a few thousand years into the future, onto New Earth. As other DLCs, there's an open world section where you do daily missions or weekly bounties. This time around, it's like a Patchwork Themyscira. There is actually another currency available to you for you to buy, auras and stuff. Here in game. So this is New Earth Metropolis. Very well designed, very well elaborated. So I'll take off and show you around. You can't really go far here. As you can see, you're not able to play with the entire city. Only a small section of it. But regardless, it is very cool to see the future on DC. Of course, there are collections. There's collections, investigations. The typical. Every DLC has it.
I remember way back when the Legion first recruited me. What a rush!
This one is a briefing, so. A blue question mark.
It means everything.
So, guys, I have to say, since the new developers came onto the game has suffered a lot of great changes. And by great, I don't mean that they're, massive in terms of size. They are great in terms of quality. So we're seeing a lot of new zones, a lot of new work being done onto the game. And this is very good. It means the game is alive and well. We're talking about a 10-year-old game that right now is still a contender to, at least here on the channel, to MMO of the Year. So the bounties work like this. You get warnings like the one I just received, saying that in a part of the city a bounty rose and it's your job to stop them. So basically it's members of the Legion of Superheroes, the 31st Century Justice League per se, attacking the city while they're mind controlled. The only downside that I found, a little bit of a downside, is that they recycled the villain that we had, and not so long ago, mind you. It's Mordru. Mordru is the villain of this DLC. This, to me, was a little bit of a disappointment. Sure, we have other villains that we've never seen before, like the Empress, the Emerald Empress, and the big bounty on the middle that, sorry, I forgot his name, is Vilmorth or something like that. Basically, I don't know a lot about the lore of this 31st century Justice League, but I do know enough to know that it's very good to see and to actually show the gamers that this is what we've been fighting for with the Justice League to happen. So we get a very peaceful Earth, apart from the ghosts and Mordru and Empress and the Emerald Empress. Okay, it's not so peaceful, but it is quite beautiful to see. Of course, once you roam around here, you get to actually see a lot of the city, a lot of stuff that we've never seen before, architecture that we've never seen before. And that is awesome to see. Of course, at the beginning of the DLC, you will get new adaptive augments. So this is those. Mighty Neural Access Coil. Mind you that this is the mighty one, for the might. Of course, you'll get for precision, you'll get for restoration, and etc. As a gift for coming here for the first time, you will actually be able to get all 2 of them for free. Basically, what we do here is save the citizens of the 31st century from a magical threat, that is Mordru. You might ask, okay, why does the 31st century need heroes from the 21st century? Well, because in the future, all the heroes, or almost all of them, are meta-human. So they're not very adept at taking out and fighting magical threats. They're more adept at fighting other metas or other types of threats. They're not very good at magic. So they requested the help of the original Justice League, which you belong to, just in order to actually rid their world from Mordru's sort of effect or influence. So what does this DLC bring? Of course, this whole area. All of this. All the way down there. So this is new Metropolis, as I explained. You get a wide range of missions, daily missions actually. You can go around, explore, collecting stuff. As you can see, you have at least 3 new collections, might be 4, I'm not sure. But actually a couple of my colleagues of the League say it's 4. I've only seen 3. And of course another one here. The missions are varied, so you'll always have a little bit to do. You will always have stuff to do. So what is there to do? So let's return to the launch site. And here is the rally point. So we go around all these contacts. Supergirl. Oh, here's the warning for the bounty, by the way. And this one, basically it's 4 daily missions and 2 weekly missions, 2 bounties. This is not new, of course. This system has been implemented for quite some time on DC. They're not changing all that from the norm all that much, but they are changing a lot of the details. Double currency. The open world is quite large and varied. But as for instance launch, we have 4 news, which is actually 2, but and I find that a little bit lacking, but let's go through it. So what do we have here? we have the event. We have this one, a 4-player man, which is an alert. There's actually an elite version of this alert. We have a raid and the counterpart elite version. So basically it's an open world, 1 alert, 1 raid. So no solo content, no duo content, just group content. This is actually refreshing because on the last 2 or 3 DLCs we haven't got a decent alert, and it's been quite a few DLCs since we've seen an elite alert. If I'm not mistaken, since the DLC based on Rip Hunter and the Legends of Tomorrow. That was the last of the elite raids, if I'm not mistaken. Anyway, this DLC was launched yesterday. There was a slight problem with logins at the beginning, but I think that was cleared already. They were ready for problems to occur, and they resolved them quite fast. So at this point in time, I think I can call this launch a success. So everything is working. The alert is working, the elite alert is working, the raid is working and its counterpart on elite, and the open world is fully working as well. So in my book, that's a success. As you can see, there is also new exobytes for your head mods that you can see here. Your adaptive augments or head mods use these solid 31st century exobytes, timeless and flawless, in order to grow. As for the breakthrough, you will need titanium mentecum. I don't know if it's called like that. Winathian lightning stone, who comes up with this, and Braelian ferrofluid. Oh, I like that word, ferrofluid. But yeah, I don't know where these drop, but I already have a ferrofluid from, you know, somewhere. I've already done the raid, I've already done the alert. They're very cool. I just completed them a couple of moments ago, so I'm unable to show them to you. But let me tell you, go through them. They're very cool. The last boss of the raid is actually one of the things I've most requested, which is a massive boss fight. And by massive I mean the boss is actually the size of one of these buildings. So he's massive. Mordru is actually ginormous over there. So in my regards, thank you very much, devs, for that. It was a must for me to fight a gigantic villain. It's actually a little bit disappointing that they didn't put this before and actually make Giganta the boss. But, you know, we get what we get, and I'm happy with it. Mordor is also a very powerful foe. So, right now, what I can say to you is that all of the styles currently on the vendor are, of course, normal and elite. And there's also a little bit of a change. If we come to this vendor here, I think it's in this vendor. Ah, yes, it is here. So you get this new style. And as you can see, this is a purple gear, so this is a level up gear per se. And we have an elite version of that. Let's call it an elite version, which is an enhanced version of the purple gear. If we come here to this vendor, we have the augments here, house mods here, and what we're going to need to level up our overpowered gear, which is this time it's a face gear.
Can I help you into some new gear?
So this is the new style, normal, and of course on the bottom elite version. Of course we're going to have elite version weapons as well. Here they are. So, what's my verdict to this new DLC? Let's go part by part. We have new music. For the longest of times we haven't got new music. This music that you guys are hearing is actually brand new for this 31st century alone. So as you guys can listen, it's quite a very suave music, a very mellow down, not combative music, so it's quite refreshing. As part, in terms of bosses, it's very good. Bounties, very innovative, having to fight 3 in order, and winning the 3 in order to open the last one, which is Vilmorth or something like that. It's actually a big boss that appears on the square behind this building here. Let's see if I can show you, but if someone didn't kill the other bosses, it won't be here. So basically, instead of this sphere in the middle, there will be a very big boss here. It will emerge from a red rectangle that rises here. So basically, in terms of bosses, gameplay, it's a very well done DLC. In terms of quantity of the content, I have to say it leaves something to be desired. I would like to instead, I would love to have a solo, and actually for them to be a little bit innovative, an elite solo. So a harder version that we would have to use all of our wits to actually pass. Apart from that, the raid and the alert are very well done. Graphically, it is masterfully done. For a 10-year-old game, they're pulling all the stops. Let's hope that on the PS5 this game continues to be innovative. Final review of this DLC. From 0 to 10 stars, I'll give them, this time, I'll give them 10 stars. It's a very well done DLC, a very combative DLC. Leaves something to be desired in terms of solo content, but we can live without it. Okay? I would love for them to innovate and put also a solo mission and elite solo mission, but since they didn't go through it, I cannot say that my desire to see that is a bad grade to this DLC. So all in all, the new DLC Rise of the Legion, or as it called, episode 39, Long Live the Legion. 10 stars on the grade on my final review. Mind you that I've already done the review of 2020 of Dcuo, which I call "Is It Still Worth to Play It?" Check out that video. I've already reviewed Patrick Themyscira. And basically, I would like to congratulate the devs as well, because they did a masterful work in times of pandemic. So thank you very much, guys. We all know that we that are in confinement need to clear our heads, to you know, distract ourselves, and this sure helps a lot. Okay, guys? See you next video. Keep playing and keep safe.